You're not lost, at least not in the way you think, because if you were truly lost, you wouldn't feel this constant, unexplainable feeling that something isn't right. You wake up every day, you go through the motions, you speak, you move, you exist. But deep down it feels empty, like you're disconnected from your own life, like you're watching everything happen instead of actually living it. And the strangest part is, nothing is obviously wrong. There's no clear reason, no single moment, no visible problem. But still, something feels off, and you can't explain it. You can't define it, but you feel it every single day. You look around, and somehow, everyone else seems to know what they're doing. They have direction, they have goals, they move with certainty, and you feel behind. Not physically, but mentally, like something inside you isn't working the same way. So you start questioning yourself. What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? And at first, it feels like a simple question, something you can fix, something you can figure out. But the more you think, the less clear it becomes. You sit there, trying to understand your own thoughts, and somehow, you feel even more confused. Your mind starts going in circles. You think about the past, the future, the decisions you haven't made, the ones you regret, everything at once, and it becomes too much. So you try to escape it. You pick up your phone just for a minute. You scroll, you watch, you distract yourself, anything to avoid that silence. Because silence is where your thoughts live, and when everything gets quiet, they get louder, not clearer, louder and heavier. You start feeling this pressure, this invisible weight that you can't explain to anyone, because from the outside, your life looks normal. Nothing is obviously broken, but inside, it feels different. It feels unsettled. And that's the hardest part, not knowing what's wrong, but feeling it every single day. Your mind isn't broken, it's overloaded, and there's a difference. You're not struggling because you're weak, you're struggling because you've been thinking nonstop, every day, every moment. Your mind is processing something, information, decisions, possibilities, expectations, all at once. Too much input with no space to breathe, and over time, that builds pressure. A quiet pressure that sits in the background. You don't always notice it, but it's there. A constant noise, running underneath everything. You try to think your way out of it. You try to analyze, to understand, to solve it. But thinking is the thing that created it. And now, it's the thing that keeps it alive. You go over the same thoughts, again and again and again, looking for clarity, but finding more confusion. Because overthinking doesn't create answers. It creates distance. Distance from clarity, distance from action, distance from yourself. And slowly, that distance starts to feel like being lost. But you're not lost. You're mentally cluttered. Your thoughts are stacked on top of each other, unfinished, unresolved, unclear. And because of that, everything feels harder than it should be. Even simple decisions feel heavy. Even small steps feel overwhelming, not because they are, but because your mind can't process them clearly. It's like trying to see through a fog. The path is there, but you can't see it. So you stop moving, not because you don't want to, but because you don't know how. And that's where most people get stuck. Not in their life, but in their own head. Trapped, not by reality, but by their thoughts. But here's what most people don't realize. You don't need to fix your life. You need to understand your mind, because the problem was never your life. It was the noise inside your head. And the more you try to escape that noise, the louder it becomes. So, instead of running, you slow down. Just a little. At first. You stop trying to figure everything out. You stop chasing answers that aren't clear yet. And you allow yourself to sit with your thoughts. Not to fight them. Not to control them. Just to observe. And in that moment, something shifts. The noise doesn't disappear, but it softens. It becomes quieter, less aggressive, less overwhelming. And for the first time, you can actually hear yourself. Not the fear, not the pressure, not the expectations, just you. And that's where clarity begins. Not in action, not in forcing change, but in awareness. Because when you start seeing your thoughts, instead of becoming them, you gain distance. And in that distance, there is space. Space to breathe, space to think, space to choose. And slowly, very slowly, things begin to make sense. Not all at once, but enough. Enough to take a single step. And that step changes everything.